The weekend of Neymar. He just seemed to be, everything he was touching this weekend was turning to gold, even when his team were not performing as they do, being the Brazil of this age, to the best of their ability. They struggled in their game against Peru, but Neymar with 1 assist and a goal was enough to drag them through the dirt. But it wasn't just that. He had a move that some people may consider as showboating, and I've seen him showboat, and I've been in a situation where people have showboated against me, and you want to just break them. You want to break them down because it's a little embarrassing. But with Neymar in this situation, he managed to dink it over a guy, as you see in our slow motion B-roll put together by J Money Rubin.
Nate Money.
He dinks it over his head twice, but he evades him, so therefore it doesn't really class as showboating to me. But this is what this kid has got. He's just phenomenal in terms of his technical ability, but he's got speed and explosiveness to make it look as if he's not just being a dick, that he is actually using it to evade his opponent, and the guy just has enough and takes him right out. But not only was he involved in obviously some technical brilliance in that game, he scored and led his team through a game that was a little difficult. But when he was doing his showboating on the way through the team bus, he was juggling the ball, and he tried to knock it into the crowd to obviously have some fun, but he didn't realize he smacked this kid in the face who was in the crowd. Little unfortunate. I can just imagine myself doing that, trying to be all fancy, like, hey, take the ball, bang, smacks the kid in the face. So, but Neymar, being the nice guy that he is, takes him on this bus, signs the ball for him.
Kid's got to be way more aware.
He's got to be focused all the time.
That's how this works.
Keep your head on a swivel, bro.
Yeah, if you're going to play this game, you need to be tuned in for the ball.
You want to be a world-class athlete like Neymar? Get your fucking hands up. Be a good goalkeeper. I know half the Premier League is looking for one.
True, but he did have a nice gesture. Took him on the bus, showed him around, obviously, and he signed the ball.
This is a good thing.
All right, so show me. Let me see.
This is. I'm not. What do you think I was going to do?
You put your paper down, so I emphasize it's a point. No, right, seriously.
No, seriously.
All right, the thing with Neymar.
I'm just leaning back here. The thing with that, it's like this is if you do that, you're supposed to do that. Like I mean, and you've talked about the influence that footballers have over the world, like any athlete does. Now, granted, only in world football have I ever seen people break down crying.
Yes.
After meeting like a Neymar or a Messi or a Ronaldo or any of these guys. But Ronaldo's done this before. But the problem is, like, maybe don't stand so close. This is like in batting practice in baseball before I know you to sleep. Morgan's interested. Like foul balls or batting practice shots that like hit people in the head, like it does like severe damage. Like Ronaldo striking a ball like in practicing PKs, let's say, and hitting a kid in the stands.
I know, because
you don't have enough time
they're
to
always behind there as well. Like you're told to like kind of stay tuned to the game. If you're not watching the game and the ball hits you in the face, if you're not watching, I think that's your own fault because you should be watching the game. That's what you're there to do, is to watch it. But if you are watching and the ball just moves that fast, then I feel a little bit sorry for those kids.
And there's certain players who have unbelievable strikes.
Yeah, of course. And I was going to tell Morgan about the influence that these world footballers have. So Jason talked about Ronaldo. Some girl broke down when he gave her a hug. She had literally was like sobbing. She had to be consoled. It was like a boy band, you know what I mean? It was like when you meet the Beatles or if it, like
Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, the Backstreet Boys. Or NSYNC.
Money you were going to mention.
NSYNC was my time. They were my time. But Neymar, surprisingly, this girl had the chance to choose a $10,000 like prize. She wins $10,000 or meet Neymar. She chose to meet Neymar.
No. And then she cried?
She cried
So
consistently.
two embarrassing things in one day.
So she had $10,000. But $10,000, even when you get it, will never buy you the chance to see Neymar up front now, unless you buy a ticket to a game.
It's like almost identical to the Family Guy clip where Peter wins a boat or a mystery box. A boat's a boat, Lois, but a mystery box can be anything. It can even be a boat. It's exactly the same situation. $10,000 is $10,000, but meeting Neymar could be anything. It can even be $10,000.
That's a great example. It's a great example. This is the funniest you've ever been.
So that's the thing, though. That prompts a question. I guess for you, maybe Lionel Messi. For you, maybe one of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Benny boy.
For me, I guess like Carmelo Anthony, let's say, anybody in the New York Knicks.
Really?
Like, would you take the money or would you take like being able to hang out with the athlete for a day? Because one is just money, and money can't buy happiness, blah, blah, blah. But an experience maybe with like an athlete that you get to talk to, maybe get to know for a day?
What do you think?
I don't know. They say never meet your heroes, right? Because what if they're super disappointing? What if you don't like the person that they are? What if they just suck? What if he's just a total asshole and you're like, I just lost $10,000 and your brain just explodes. Worst day ever. So I don't know.
It just depends. I mean, 10 years ago, if someone asked me if I wanted to meet my football hero, then I probably would have met them because I don't understand how much $10,000
How old
could
was
buy.
this girl who passed up
I
on
think
her?
she was like 18 or 17, 18. Still an age where you could go out and buy yourself a good
Girl,
amount of things.
take the 10K, what are you
$10,000. We get some good money towards a Prius. Like, you know what I mean? How much is a Prius?
You would buy, that's what 10K, first of all, it's like
That's money well, it's money well spent.
Price.
It's money well, how much, is it 13? 8? 30, 35?
35.
All right, 35. So you still got to have some amount of money after that. But Prius is a good investment, especially for LA when you're driving a lot. I'm taking this from our EP who promotes a Prius, who drives one, telling us that it's good for petrol conversion. I don't know how we went from football
to petrol
all to Priuses, but that's what we do at TYT Sports. But yeah, so back then, I would have took the ability to meet my my hero because I don't realize how much $10,000 would have actually went at that point. But nowadays,
Now you would have bought a $10,000
nowadays the
pocket
way my
square.
career's going and how talented I am on camera, I'm probably going to be interviewing Cristiano Ronaldo sometime soon.
Ah.
I'll be leaving you here.
Or like the
in
Jordy who
dust.
got to interview Messi,
Messi.
with his dog.
He got to show Messi his dog, yeah.
Oh, he got to show Messi his dog.
Whilst you're on Messi, good transition point, Jason, because I just remembered this. Neymar also in the headlines for stating that he knows or he thinks that his teammate at Barcelona, Lionel Messi, will win the Ballon d'Or this year, or his intern, Nate, who I'm about to embarrass, called
Balloon d'Or.
the Ballon d'Or. What do they call it? The Balloon d'Or.
Balloon. Do it.
Hey, that Balloon d'Or? As he called it. But anyway.
So run the play. There's the pictures of Neymar and
There
Messi.
is. The two of them comrades.
Look, they're like besties.
Oh, that's cute. That's really cute.
Well, the thing about Messi is he's, I've talked about this before, sculpting Neymar into the player that he is, the way Ronaldinho did with Messi.
How old's Neymar? 22, 23?
23, I believe, or 24.
It's not like there's much of an age difference, but at some point, you have to safely assume that.
Well, Messi's been playing at that level for a lot longer. Neymar is another good article that Deadspin promoted, is that he's been tipped as a protege since he was very, very young. And he's one of the few that has actually lived up to this protege. The only other person that I can imagine. Do you ever remember Freddie Adu, the American player who from the age of like 14?
He didn't leave us with anything.
He's going to be the best player. Like Bayern Munich were trying to
He
sign
was supposed to
him.
lead us to World Cups.
Yeah, and then next, I think he's playing in like 8th division in India or something like that right now. I don't have a clue where he is. He just got signed on.
It's like my
another
FIFA
team.
Ultimate Team.
Yeah, he's just been signed on somewhere. So for the fact that Neymar's performing this well for being tipped that for so many years with the pressure of the world literally on his shoulders, and Brazil, all Brazilians literally looked at him as a messiah to take them back to glory, because you know how good they used to be. Now they're nowhere near that good. But he is still performing, still taking them through.
Hey, credit where credit's due here. The one stat I pulled for my favorite viewers and commentators who love my football knowledge. Brazil had entered the match on a run. This is in regards to the Copa America win. On a run of 10 consecutive wins since their ill-fated World Cup campaign last year, where they were humiliated.
It's because the Brazilian
7-1
Federation
by the
panicked. They're
Germans.
like, let's put as many friendly games as we can to try and rebuild this like dynasty that we
Scoreboard.
were. They're like, come on, let's
Scoreboard.
build some teams. You're such an American with your stats, man. You can take your
Scoreboard.
stats and you can shove
Shove
them
them right up your ass.
shove them right up your
No,
ass.
I mean, look, they had a good win against, and now I'm an idiot because it was in Paraguay, right?
Peru.
Sorry, guys. Peru.
Jason also off camera called them Peruguay because he thinks that every Copa America team that ends in
No, we
Y.
can't leave that in there. Jesus Christ, dude, that's so racist.
Peru. It's not racist.
It's slightly racist.
You called a guy on camera Fettuccine because his teammate was called Chiellini.
Chiellini. Chiellini.
You're telling me that that's racist?
Linguini.
Right. Anyway, yes, they did a good win against Peru recently. So
Peru. You're still
Peru.
pronouncing it wrong.
Peru. So and how do you guys say Chile? Chile? Is that how you say it in America?
Chile.
Chile.
Chile. How do you say it?
It's not Chile.
Chile.
It's not how it's
I call it
actually, no,
Chile.
it's Chile.
Chile.
That's the
But,
host country,
yeah,
right?
someone you call it Chile, which is fine, but the Americans' ability to try and over-enunciate everything. Chile.
It's like a really beautiful country. I've been to Chile.
Have you?
Yeah.
Wow. Why did you not go back for the Copa America?
That was like 7 years ago.
No, but you can go back now.
Wait, when was the last Copa America? 4 years and 8 years? It was like around the same time, but it wasn't in Chile at
This
that
is the
point.
first time they've held it. Anyway, to finish this clip where we digressed and we talked about Priuses and Jason's pronunciation of
Peruguay.
Peruguay. Let's look at Neymar's stats because they are astounding for him, and this was his stats against Peru. He was very much involved in the game. 6 shots, 1 goal, 4 key passes, 1 assist, and 5 dribbles. This is an ESPN's analysis stream. Hey, let's break down how many assists per dribble ratio he had, and we'll sponsor it by statistics.com.
Brought to you by Budweiser.
But it is interesting because he's involved in nearly every play for Brazil. So, do you think Americans overanalyze stats? Do you agree with that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Do you love a stat?
I love a stat. On She Speaks Sports, I find every stat that I can use and put a little funny, sarcastic twist on it, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, it's a stat, I can use it, yes.
That's
I put it
literally
in.
what it is. Jason is
Yeah.
on native. When all else fails in football, you're like, all right, so let's just look at the stats here, right? I mean, they've won 2 games and lost 0.
I've always been a stats guy, and that's like part of my love for baseball. Is it's a very statistical sport, or analytical. Statistical is not a word.
And on that note, we'll round this clip up. Okay, so make sure to check out Jason, make sure to check out Morgan and Francis. Everything will be in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe to TYT Sports. More Copa America action coming your way. And also on an end note, Colombia lost in their opening game, which states how hard it is to judge the Copa America. It is a great tournament. Stay tuned for more clips coming.